Hey YouTube, John here with Sonex Adventures. I just want to mention that there's no paid endorsements here. I am not affiliated with any company around my videos or my airplanes, so just wanted to put that out there and we'll jump into the video. Thanks for watching. Today I'm going to do a video. It was a pretty rough flight as far as turbulence and maximum crosswind technique for the airplane. This is the Sonex 801 Uniform Delta that I've been flying. And we'll show you the flight. Certainly one of the bumpiest flights I've been on. Not the bumpiest. That happened when I was getting my private pilot's license on one of my long cross countries. It was windy and bumpy and I was flying a Cessna 150. And I remember looking down watching cars passing me. I was flying into some serious headwinds. I had literally red marks on my waist from the seatbelt. In that flight, I was getting thrown up and down so much, and I landed at one of the FBOs in Alexandria, Louisiana, I remember. And the guy who came out to help me chain down the airplane was like, "Man, you deserve a gold star for flying in winds like this in that airplane." So anyway, a little funny story. I'll narrate the video. It was certainly one of those flights where you go up and you go, okay, yeah, I want to do this. I want to learn the crosswind technique for this airplane under extreme conditions. It was a quartering crosswind out of the southwest. But it was definitely, it was pushing it. It was gusting up to 18 knots. And it just was a turbulent day, and you'll see that. It was really bumpy. But nailed the landing. Certainly one of those things you just can watch the technique, and I'll talk about it as I come in. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll be posting more. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we got some flying weather this weekend, and I'll get out there and get some stick time on the Sonex this weekend. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Sonex Adventures. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon, and you'll get notifications of future videos.
He was off the ground quick.
Alright, so we did a back taxi down 927 here. So I'm going to be departing on the 27 heading, doing my run up here. So mag check, right, left, both. Carb heat on there, my fuel pump's on. Do a quick check, look for traffic. Do my radio call. And here we go. Now the wind's quartering out of the southwest, so it's a crosswind from the left. And you'll see on landing how that impacts everything. Alright, so here we go. Full power. Smooth application of power. Putting in some left aileron, holding on the runway here with the rudder. We're airborne here. Adjust my inputs just to stay on the runway there. Quick check of trim, double checking that. Accelerate down the runway here in the ground effect, and then do a little pop zoom climb here. Once you commit, I like to get a little bit of acceleration down the runway and some speed and do the climb. And here we are at altitude, and just doing a little gradual turn here to the right, and then I do a little steeper turn off to the left. One thing to note is I was running down the runway there, and as I fly, especially when I come into the traffic pattern here in a few minutes, these GoPros have image stabilization turned on. And you can really see how much I was getting bumped around. Now here, I would think I was about 3,600 feet, 3,500 feet, somewhere in that range. I can't read the instruments on my preview mode here, my video editing software, but I think that's where I had to climb to get out of the turbulent lower altitude bumps that we were getting that day. It was a cool day outside. It was probably in the high 40s, but sunny, so you get that turbulence there. Plus it was windy, so you kind of had the trifecta. So here, just kind of flying around. I ended up flying, this flight was right at about an hour. and I've edited it down for this video. So really just kind of checking everything here, just making sure the engine's running good, temperatures look good as we get through the break-in period. This was one of the first flights. It wasn't the first flight, but one of the first flights post oil change at the 25-hour mark. So just out here tooling around. Here I am now in the downwind for landing. Runway's off to my left. So here, I've noted this before, still moving pretty good here. That's indicating about 130 miles an hour. So trim, turn my fuel pump on here, start slowing down. And you can really see the plane getting jostled here. Again, that image stabilization is making it look a lot less bumpy than it was. But here, slowing down, flap speeds. The top of the white arc is 100 miles an hour. Just turned on my carb heat now as I throttle the engine back here, just kind of bouncing around here. Go for the first notch of flaps. I can't remember if I did full flaps for this one or 15 degrees, I believe, is the first notch. Might be 10. I'm not even 100% sure about that. Looking here, you can see the highway, that's I-80 off to my right. Here we're turning base. And again, just kind of getting jostled around here. Now I'm showing 80 miles an hour, or right around 80 miles an hour. I've noted it before, but the airspeed indicator on this airplane jumps quite a bit once you start getting down to the slower speeds. It'll just 10 miles an hour up, down. So at this point, it's mostly just kind of, am I in the right zone for speed? I'm not going to get too slow. As I turn here to final, you'll really start seeing it get bumpy here. But I just start really kind of hand flying the airplane at this point. It's always been my technique for landing, is just do what the airplane needs to do to fly and stay lined up and maintain my glide slope, maintain my center line. You can see that now showing 90 miles an hour. I believe this is just a one-notch flap landing here. And you'll notice I have several different techniques I use for landing in a crosswind. You can see I'm what would in this case be south or left of center line, because I knew that wind was going to push me. I don't like to do a lot of work. I don't know if you want to call it lazy, but I don't like to do a lot of work having to hold that center line. I'll crab. I don't like to usually put left wing down until I get closer to the threshold and straighten out, and I'm just letting the wind kind of blow me over here. Just kind of timed it to where I'd be on the center line by the time I get there. Now you'll see me start putting in a little bit of left aileron here, put that left wing down into the wind. And I've probably mentioned it, you probably see it on the videos, but this is a conventional gear airplane here, so I knew I had to get this one right. This was pretty bumpy. There's my buddy Doug. We do have external video of this landing. I'll try to find it. But as you can see, it just really rolled onto the runway, even as bumpy as it was. Taxiing back here, getting more comfortable with the landing technique, especially a lot of practice here lately with crosswinds. I've done 3 flights or 4 flights in October, November of 2020, and you can see there the windsock was down, and then it's out. It was 15 miles an hour gusting to 20 on this day, and mostly direct crosswind. I've got a bumpier flight with more challenging crosswind technique that I'll post as well. But that's it. So thanks for watching. I don't need to have you watch me taxi back here to the hangar, but crack that open and get a little bit of cool air in here. Thanks for watching. Again, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for taking the time to ride along with me today. Thanks for watching Sonex Adventures. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon, and you'll get notifications of future videos.